It's that time again. We are talking about place value still today, at least still in our place value unit, but our learning target has changed. Our learning target for today is I understand the place value relationship between two numbers that are next to each other and have the same number in each place value. In other words, what we're going to look at today is one number being 10 times greater than the other, or inversely, one is 1/10 the value of the other. So let's look at what that means. Let's start here. I have a place value chart on this slide. You'll notice two of those numbers are highlighted in red, so they stand out. First thing to notice, they both have a 3 in each of those place value spots. There's a 3 in the thousands place and a 3 in the 10,000s place. So that helps us understand part of the next information. What do we know already? Well, the circled 3 is in that 10,000s place, which means it has a value of 30,000. And the underlined 3 is in the thousands place, which means it has a value of 3,000. So now that we know that information, I've written the values on screen under there so you can see each of them. Because the number 3 is in both places and they're next to each other, we can say that the value of the circled 3 is 10 times greater than the value of the underlined 3. Again, this rule will only work when both digits are the same. What that means is, let's look at this 4 here. This 4 is not 10 times greater than this 6. Those are different digits. If I multiplied this 6, which has a value of 60 because it's in the tens place, times 10, it's not going to equal 400, right? So they have to be the same number in both spots and next to each other for this rule to apply. Now, let's take this one step further. Are we sure that the circled 3 is 10 times greater than the underlined one? Well, let's do the math. The underlined digit is in the thousands place, which means it's got a value of 3,000. If I multiply that by 10 to make it 10 times greater, that equals 30,000. Isn't that the number in the next place value up? I have a 3 in the 10,000s place, which means it's got a value of 30,000. So yes. And inversely, that 30,000, the 3 in the 10,000s place, if we divide that 30,000 by 10, we would get 3,000, or 1/10 of 30,000. So we can go the other direction too. In other words, from this 3, the underlined 3, if I go up to the circled 3, I'm going 10 times greater in that direction to the left because they are the same digit and I've gone up a step in place value. Now, if I started at the circled 3 here, where it has a value of 30,000, and I go back a spot to the underlined 3, I've gone down in place value, and it's got a value that's 1/10 of that 3 in the higher place value. So again, you can see that math below if you're curious why it equals that. But we want to remember this rule going forward. Let's try another example. I have a new number on screen in my place value chart, a larger number. I've got two 5s that are next to each other in place value. There's a comma between there, but that's just because I'm separating my millions house and thousands house, that's all. So, is the circled 5 10 times greater than the underlined 5? Yes, because if I take that underlined 5, which has a value of 500,000, and multiplied it by 10, I would get 5 million. So yes, the circled 5 is 10 times greater than that underlined 5. And of course, inversely of that, the underlined 5 is 1/10 of the circled 5. That's true because 5 million divided by 10 is 500,000. We don't need to worry about doing long division to solve this. We have the same digit there next to each other in place value. So I already know if I'm going up a step in place value, it's 10 times greater if it's got the same digit there. If I'm going backwards to the right, from the circled 5 to the underlined 5, I know that it's 1/10 or 10 times less. Again, this only works if you have the same digit next to each other.